everyone, it's Autumn. Today I wanted to film a haul for you. I picked up some things at Ulta, and then I also picked up some things from my grocery store that I also wanted to just show you. I'll get into that in a second. But anyway, I got back from the gym not too long ago, and I actually tried filming this video, and I got cut off halfway through it. And so now I'm really gross. I still need to shower, but I can't because the video cut me off. So I'm going to go ahead, try to get through this stuff, and then go shower. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with what I got at the grocery store first. So my grocery store has a couple of beauty aisles, and so they have like, I think like 2 drugstore aisles, and then they have like an aisle that has like the more prestige things, and so they have like fragrance and like organic skincare and all that sort of stuff. And I don't know if my grocery store is getting rid of fragrance altogether or if they're just revamping the fragrance, but the fragrance case, everything in there was 75% off. And so by the time I got there and everything was 75% off, all the like really good lady fragrances were gone. There were a couple, but the men's fragrances were still there, and obviously because women do the grocery shopping for the most part and actually look in those aisles. I don't think my husband would ever even walk down those aisles in the grocery store. And so the men fragrances were left, and which was super lucky because my husband's favorite fragrance was in there, and so I bought them for him. They were super cheap. So normally I buy him like the 1 ounce because he doesn't use a ton of cologne, but I usually buy him the 1 ounce at Sephora or Ulta, and it's close to $60. And I got the 1.6 fluid ounces, which is 50 mils, and I got this for him for $10. So this is Dolce and Gabbana the 1. It smells really good. Well, it smells like my husband, but this is like his fragrance. So the notes in here, it has like a woodsy smell. I think it's probably cedar. It's like cedar and leather, maybe a little bit of tobacco mixed in, and that's the kind of scent he likes. He normally doesn't go for those like super fresh sort of like deodorant or aftershave smells. Like he likes something very woodsy, you know, like that. So I got him 2 of these. I opened this one just so you could kind of see the bottle, and I also wanted to open it and make sure that it like smelled good and that it hadn't been sitting there forever, and that's why it was on clearance. But I did. I opened it. It's perfect. So I got him 2 of those. And then I also got him another Dolce & Gabbana cologne, and this is just their original, the Pour Homme, or for him is pretty much what that means. And this has a lot of the same notes as the one does, although this has a couple of top notes that one doesn't. Like this to me has almost like a sort of citrus top note. So this would be like the perfect summer scent for somebody who really likes this, or a daytime scent too, if you want to do something like that. It's not quite as like sultry as the other one, but it still smells good. I actually, when I filmed this, I sprayed it on my arm. Yeah, it smells good. So I don't know. I think he'll like enjoy this too. I had him smell it. He said it was okay, but he still prefers the other one more. They still have the other one. I may go back for $10. I feel like I should just like buy them all out. So I got him this, and then they also had this, which is the BVLGARI Black. And I went on to a website while I was there shopping just to kind of see what the notes were in this. And I'm going to pull this thing out. And I remembered Katie Puckrick, who is like one of my favorite perfume reviewers on YouTube. I'll leave her channel link below. She hasn't put anything up in a while, but she has like 300 plus review videos of different colognes and perfumes, and she kind of like puts a story around everything she talks about. And so she reviewed this, and I remember her saying that she wore it, and so I went ahead and I bought it because the notes, when I looked online, the notes were kind of again like the leather, the like almost like leather and bourbon and like cedar together again, like very similar to that, but this is a little creamier, I would say. And I could definitely see this on a woman. I sprayed it on myself last night, and it smells really good. It's definitely a unisex scent. My husband smelled it. He thinks it smells fine, but he also said that if I want it, I can have it. It reminds me of a slightly manlier version of the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black, which it's kind of funny that they're both named Black, but it reminds me of that. Just slightly manlier, like more unisex. And when I looked online, they did even though this is marketed as a men's cologne, when I looked online from all the reviewers, everybody reviewing it said it was a unisex scent. So I feel like I need to go get another one of these too because it smells so good, but I don't really need more perfume, but this smells so good. So I was really excited to get it, and it's got like a very neat masculine container, and this is 1.35 fluid ounces, and this was $13, so it's a little bit more expensive than the others. Yeah, so I ended up getting like, I don't know, like over $200, but probably less than $300 worth of cologne for 40 bucks, and I thought that was really great. So then I'm on to Ulta. Everything else here I got at Ulta. And I also don't remember, I'm going to mention it now, but I did a video where I did a get ready with me and a first impressions showing you some different things that I had recently purchased or I was trying out that were like sent to me. And I do know that in that video I showed this. I actually purchased it, I believe, at the end of July, but didn't receive it until August. So I don't remember if this was in my July haul. But I did get the Chanel Fall Quad. I will leave it linked below if it's still available. I've heard a couple of different things, like it's limited edition, but then I've also heard that they are possibly bringing this to where it's not limited edition eventually, to where it will be in the permanent range. When I did my video, I looked everywhere online. It was sold out at Nordstrom, and I think also on the Chanel website, but I did find it still in stock on Macy's. So if you were still interested in this, maybe you can find it in Macy's. If I can find it still available, I will link it below. Alright, so then moving on to all the stuff that I picked up at Ulta. So speaking of that video that I just mentioned, I did a first impressions of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, in which I had purchased this shade of it previously, which is too dark for my skin. And then I wanted to get this to lighten it up. So I've been mixing them and I've been loving it, but I did purchase this, and then so I wanted to include it in my Ulta haul. Just kind of for my, I look back at these videos to do like my yearly spending. So anyway, I did pick that up. And then I got quite a few things at Ulta. So they had a really good deal going online where if you spent $60, you got this awesome Too Faced gift with purchase, so I did that. And then I also went in store for their 21 Days of Beauty, and I picked this Anastasia brow powder up, and this is in the shade, I think it's just dark brown, I believe. Yeah, dark brown. I have, I think, medium brown. And the medium brown one, yeah, here it is. The medium brown one kind of goes a little bit green in my brows. So yeah, it just goes a little bit green. This is slightly warmer, but it still kind of has that ashy side. So I thought I would just go ahead and get the one that's slightly darker. I've really been loving it and using it quite a bit this week. So I was happy to get that on the 21 Days of Beauty. And then so while I was also in store, I picked up some of these awesome cotton buds. I like the pointed tips for helping to correct mascara or my eyeliner. Or even like under the brows, like if I get too much brow product down, I'll get, you know, something up there and just kind of clean up around the brows. These are super handy to clean up pretty much around the eye area. So I was almost out of the ones that I have. I keep them in this little Rite Aid container that they came in from there, but I was almost out, so I just thought I would pick up some more of those. And then also while in store, I picked up a couple of things to do first impression videos with. So I've already done those videos, hence why they are open. They'll be up after this video though. And the first thing I got is this Maybelline, what is this? It's called their Brow Power, let me look, I got the container all ripped up. It's the BrowPrecise Fiber Volumizer. So this has a very interesting sort of brush. It's a flat brush with like teeth that come up. Then also if you look at the formula, the fibers in here, like the little hairs, they really stick up. You can definitely see the hairs on this bad boy. So I've seen fiber brow products, but like these hairs seem to be quite a bit longer and a lot more fibers in here. So I did do my first impressions, and again, as soon as that is up, just, you know, subscribe, watch my videos, and look out and see when that's up. So I did that, and then also they had a mascara, and they had their stuff buy one get one 50% off, and then they also had a promotion going to where if you buy so much money in Maybelline products, you get a makeup bag. Which at my Ulta, they never give you the gifts that are advertised ever. So I didn't get the makeup bag. But this is the Maybelline The Falsies Push-Up Angel. And the brush reminded me, when I saw this, I was super excited. The brush reminded me of my favorite, all-time favorite mascara that they discontinued from Maybelline. Probably, I mean, I'm still hung up on this mascara, and they discontinued it like 8 years ago. But this is again, the Maybelline Falsies Push-Up. And the one that I was obsessed with was the Maybelline Lash Stylist. And it was like this, it was a brush, only the one that I had was straight, and then all the bristles were the same length. This one is slightly curved, and the bristles are longer on the end, and then shorter towards the center, and then I guess you're supposed to brush outward. Again, I did a first impression video on this, so look out for that. But I'll show you the brush up close. So the brush is different, and you kind of find out in my first impression video, which is super rambly, just like this video, what I really thought. But I will say that it's not exactly the same. I think you can get great results from this possibly. You'll just have to see. But there was a learning curve to me using this, and you'll see that in the video. So then, I think the rest of this is stuff that I got online, like from Ulta. So, NYX came out with some foundation color correctors. So, the reason I purchased this foundation was to color correct the same foundation so that I could like do a first impression review on it. And I got to thinking, and I thought, you know, I ought to just buy foundation correctors. So I did a little bit of research looking around to see who had them. And so obviously there's the Cover FX custom cover drops. Those are very expensive. I do have some of those, but they're kind of drying out. And I'm probably gonna have to get rid of those soon. And then also Makeup Forever has come out with them, and then Makeup Forever's, they have it in like different formulas. They have the ones for water-based foundations and oil-based foundations. So these are supposed to be able to mix with any sort of foundation, and these are from NYX, and they have 6 shades. I got 4. The 2 I did not get. I didn't get the one that's supposed to help your foundation become a little bit more pink. I think that's what it was, or the one that's supposed to make your foundation deeper, which is great for women of color who, a lot of the times, foundation companies do not make deep enough foundations for them. So anyway, I picked up all of the other ones. So I have the Opalescent, the Luminous. This one is called Olive, and then they have white. So I was very disappointed that they didn't just have a straight up yellow one, because that is normally my issue, but the olive one is supposed to help with that. So I will say, alright, so I will say that with this one, it makes stuff not more yellow. It makes it kind of like a brownie yellow. And I actually have a concoction that I mixed on my face today with this, and I actually did it after I filmed the first video. So when I filmed the video at first, I was opening these for the first time. So now I actually have a little bit of idea of how each of these work, and I'll swatch them for you. So the olive one, I mean, it's a yellowy brown, but it's just so deep that I don't even know, like I have to mix it quite a bit. So that's the olive one. And then you have, or I guess I have, the Opalescent and then the Luminous. The Opalescent is, and they have here kind of like what it would make. So in the Opalescent one, this can't be accurate because the Opalescent is pink, and then they mix it kind of with this orange, and then they get yellow. That's not how color theory works. But anyway, when you get it, it doesn't exactly look pink. It's, I mean, it's opalescent. It's like a white sheer sort of gel. And then when you spread it out, it has a pink iridescence to it, but you can barely see it. It's very subtle. So I think it might give like a slight pick-me-up to a yellow foundation to make it look less sallow, especially if you're not, you know, have a yellow complexion. So you can kind of see that there. And then they have the white one, which again gives it more of a yellow tone, which again, no, that's not how color theory works, NYX. This is obviously just going to lighten it. My one concern with a white foundation is, though, or like a white corrector, is when you mix that in with the foundation, especially if the foundation's really dark and you have to mix a lot of this in, it could almost give you a chalky like effect on the skin, so I'm gonna have to play around with it. I did have to mix the white and this in with the foundation to kind of get this on my face, and it's actually not so bad. So yeah, but it's this and a foundation, so you might have to play around with these and use more than one to get the desired effect. And then the last one is Luminous, which again, like the Opalescent, it's not as luminous as you would expect. It's nothing really like, say like the Becca Backlight Priming Filter or the Becca, like the liquid highlighters. And this, yeah, it's kind of like, it looks kind of pink in the container. And then you mix it and it just gives kind of like, I don't know, it's slightly golden, but not too golden. I think actually that's a great color to add luminosity. And feeling the textures on these, I can tell that there's silicones in them, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it's not super silicone-y. And then again, they've also made it appear that it makes the foundation look more yellow. So whoever did the packaging really needed to study some color theory, because that's not how it works. It's like everything made every foundation more yellow, which most people want a more yellow foundation, because even if you're pink skin toned, a lot of times they have a lot of redness in their skin, and the yellow helps to combat that. So yeah, it looks like all of these foundations started at the same thing, mixed, and then became the same thing, except for this one. They at least went darker with this one. But look, these all three, it says they do the same thing. I don't think so. So that's those. I'll let you guys know though. I feel like I just kind of like went into a random thing after using it once. I'll do a full review on those and kind of play around with them for a while and let you guys know later. So I filmed my Project 100 pan video, but it's not up yet. But I filmed it, and in it I have these two concealers, and they're almost out. These are the Maybelline Fit Me, and I have the shades 20 and 25. And I love these. I love the shade 20, which is Sand, for actually doing exactly what the NYX things that I bought were for, is to make my foundation more yellow. This is very yellow tanned, and it's perfect to just kind of put on the back of your hand, like swipe some on, and then add some foundation, and it really helps to color correct. So I really love that stuff, and so I wanted to get another one. And then I also got the shade 25, which I also currently use to help cover blemishes and things like that, because it's about where my skin tone is, and I don't want to go super light on blemishes, because that then just makes them stand out. So I wanted to go ahead and get another one of those. That's like my favorite drugstore concealer, by the way. It's great. So then they had a deal on the Real Techniques line, and so I got some more of their complexion sponges. I like these more than the beauty blenders, because that flat edge just kind of allows you to drag the foundation to give a very sheer sort of fresh coverage, and I prefer that. The beauty blenders are great, but I find I just have to stipple a lot longer, and then they're also harder to drag across the face. I feel like they look a little bit more streaky because they don't have that flat edge. Again, it's still a great tool. Like, I still use the beauty blenders, I have them or whatever. But I wanted to get two more of these because mine is about shot. So I picked those up because they were buy one, get one 50% off. And then they had a deal online to where if you buy... Alright, so like I mentioned, they had a deal going to where if you buy $60 worth of product online, you get a little Too Faced baggie with some of their products in it. And I decided to go ahead and do that. Is this everything? I felt like they're... Yeah, this is everything, I guess. Alright, so first you get like two mascara sorts of products. You get their Better Than Sex Waterproof, which I still haven't tried the original Better Than Sex. I do have a tube of it in my mascara drawer. I just haven't opened it yet. So this is the waterproof version, and then they also gave their mascara Melt Off. Now, I haven't tried this, obviously. I just opened the package today. But what I will say with the mascara Melt Off, I don't mind like using mascara every single day on clean lashes, like dipping it in and putting it on. But in order to remove your mascara, for me, if you've been wearing it all day and it's sweaty, and then like you're taking, it's no longer clean lashes, I guess. So then you're melting stuff off, you're painting this onto your lashes, and then you're shoving it back in the container. So I think what I'm going to have to end up doing with this to kind of keep it hygienic and to not bother me is to actually like paint it on, and then clean the brush before I put it back inside the container to kind of keep it hygienic. But the whole idea with this is to help remove waterproof mascara. You kind of put it on, let it sit for 60 seconds, and then you should just be able to wipe it right off. So I'll give that a test at some point and let you guys know. And then they also included a little mini lipstick. This is the Too Faced La Creme, and this is in the shade Nude Beach. I have tried a La Creme lipstick before, but it was like in a super, super pale pink shade. It was like called like Marshmallow Bunny or something like that. And it was just too light for me, so I ended up like purging it and giving it away. This though is like a great color. I'm gonna put some on. This is wearable. It's still a light sort of nudie pink, but I think it's wearable. So I'm going to enjoy using that. And I also like the fact that it's just a small container. I don't wear a lot of lipstick. I'm more of a balm person. So I prefer actually having small lipsticks that I will use and not waste a big lipstick. And then I did get a sample of this a while back, and this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. There's another one here in this box. Same exact thing. I'm actually almost out of the 2 bronzers that I travel with, so if I end up liking these, that's going to be perfect. I can just keep them in my travel bag, but since I haven't tried the Too Faced bronzers before, I figured why not. So I have that, and then also I've really been curious to try the Hangover RX, and this is their face primer. It's supposed to be very hydrating. I'm not a big face primer person, but when they are very sort of like hydrating and they're not super silicone-y, which I don't know, this one maybe, who knows, I don't know where the ingredients are on this. No, this doesn't seem to be super silicone-y at all. And it's supposed to have good stuff in it. I figured why not. So I'm going to go ahead and try this out, and I hope I like it. And since I've been wanting to try it, I'm just glad I didn't have to buy a full size of it to try. But this is like enough, yeah, silicone free, which is great. It's with coconut water, probiotic based ingredient, and skin revivers. So I think this is going to be something I'm really going to like. And then that is pretty much it for my haul. I did get, like, you know when they mail you stuff and then they give you like some samples when they mail it to you? I got a little Murad Essential C Daily Moisturizer, and then I got this Olympia by Paco Rabanne. Is that how you pronounce it? I did see the bottle in store, and the bottle is gorgeous, but I didn't smell it or anything. But a little perfume sample there. And that is everything that I have picked up recently, and most of it at Ulta. So anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. If there's anything in particular here that you want to see me do a review on, let me know about that as well, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!